Day 167. Let's get straight into it. So, if you're new to this, I document myself every day, building my business models, LBOs. We're buying businesses, we're acquiring assets using leverage. That's what we're doing. So, what did I do today, and what did I do to progress the business and take us to the next level? It's so crazy to me that I've been doing this for 160 something days, right? And I want to stay consistent, so I'm gonna get back on track because I haven't been recording the last couple days, man. Stuff's been going on that I can't necessarily talk about, but we're back on track. Let's get straight into the game, man. So what happened today? Today is Friday, so right now it's a Friday night. It's 1:55 a.m. So I need to knock out. I have to wake up and be somewhere at 8 a.m. So I'll wake up at like 7, maybe 6 something tomorrow morning. But yeah. So one of my friends that has been building his business almost the time, like he started building it around the time when I started this series. I watched him grow his business to about 20 clients in a very, very particular type of business, which I will not explain exactly what it is, but it's a highly recurring revenue business, very interesting model. And I watched this guy grow his clientele. I helped him in the beginning of his business gain a few of his clients. And then after that, I started working on my own stuff. I had some core stuff going down. I had my job situation going on. I got really busy, right? But he called me up today with an opportunity, and he started filling up his sales pipeline. And he does basically off-market direct outreach because he has such a unique offer that, like, I think he's tried like ads. He's tried different marketing tactics, and off-market calls, they're undefeated. Basically, they're just undefeated, man. And it's quite interesting because his market is only about like 3,000 companies. So only 3,000 owners that he could even talk to. So the way I was looking at it at the time was, listen, man, I have 3,000 shots to shoot, and then that's it, right? And it worked. I had some success with him, right? And then I got busy, but he switched it up, and what he did is something that I've heard before, and it's starting to like click. Like when you hear something, when you see a pattern, it kind of clicks in your brain. So he had a list of 3,000, right? But what he does now is that he only has a list of 700, and he has people calling on this 700 over and over and over and over. So he goes deep rather than wide, and he starts filling up his pipelines. It's kind of crazy. And I don't do that. I don't go deep versus wide. Like, I don't do that at all. In fact, I need to do a better job in general. I think his model is pretty interesting. My biggest bottleneck is my job, for sure. And I saw that Josh Kim, a lot of people that do QLA, that do acquisitions and LBOs, are able to do it when they have a job. And I'll be honest, it's tough in the sense of, like, you have to be very disciplined with time management. So I would need to be able to sleep really early every day so I could wake up really early, like earlier than I already am. I'm not necessarily waking up earlier than the normal person. Like, I'm not waking up at 5 a.m., but I would need to wake up at like 6 a.m. every single day. Sleep at like 10, 11, maybe 12 p.m. every single day. And my biggest thing is that I just sleep really late. You might ask why. Like today, man, I was busy all day. Like when I really try to analyze it, it's probably excuse. Like I've done it. Like I've had spurts of like, I'm very consistent and I'll be able to hit the phones. And some days it's just I'm more busy in the job. But the way Josh Kim did it, I think, I'm not even sure if this is fully right, but he would hit calls in the morning and then during lunch and then on the weekends. And you'll hit the target, it'll just take longer. You just have to be focused for very long. I haven't even been doing it for half a year, man. Like, why am I one to give up right now? We have a solid plan in place. So I'm not going anywhere as a result. But I see that I need to go deep rather than wide. And during, this is the way I think, man. Like during the downtimes, I need to fill in all of my time effectively. You know what I mean? So even on my downtime, I could work on things. Like for example, I've been seeing this AI cold calling software, and it's actually a lot more impressive than you'd expect. And I'm thinking about just giving it like a sample try, like a demo, just like a few leads, and have it call them every single day, and see how that goes. Because if you're able to train that model, because it sounds so realistic, it really does. If you're able to train that model, it would make me like super powerful, honestly. Oh my god, that would be insane. So I'm gonna give that a shot with the free time that I have, but yeah, man. Also, today was one of the first days where I actually worked out in the gym rather than at my house, and I did it yesterday and I did it today, so 2 days in a row. And today I regretted it, and I remembered why I don't work out in the gym, man. I literally remembered why. I totally forgot. Like, when you go to the gym, man, you waste so much time. And time is money. Time is money, man. Let me explain. So, yesterday I go in the gym, I work out, I get out. Right? The only wasted time would be when I drove, which is probably like half an hour, like 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, half an hour extra, but it's all fine, like whatever. Today, I go to the gym, and it's a very small gym. It's like a local kind of thing. And I run into someone I haven't seen in a long time at that gym. And he, man, he just stuck with me the whole time. Like, I didn't stop my workout to talk to him. Like, he basically long-winded my workout. And not only that, but like certain people rub off. You know what I mean? Like, I would just rather work out and be alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to do my stuff and get out. Really, like, that's all I want. I don't want to talk. I want to spend 1 hour working out and leave. And then as a result, when you drive, it'll be like an hour and a half. And if you get home at 8 at night, right? Extra hour and a half, next thing you know, it's 10. You got to go to sleep at like 10, 11. So it's either you don't work out, right? Or work out and you'll have nothing to do at night. Like, you'll have no extra time for nighttime work. And then you wake up early, right? Honestly, the most effective and the most productive you could be is when you wake up early and you work out in the morning. That is the best, by far. But when I do that, actually, my downtime at night is not as efficient, but it's more relaxed. So it just, I need to be more disciplined. I need to find that sweet spot. And I've been saying that for so long. Like, I've been recording these videos, like, you could literally watch it as it progresses. But that guy that I was talking to in the gym, this is what I was talking about when it rubs off. Like, he was like, I haven't seen him since 2020 or something like that, 2021. He was telling me about like his life since then and how he got like ripped off on some stuff that he did. And basically, this guy dropped out of school. And this is the shocking part, right? And this is, I totally understand how people look at like college dropouts. Like, they sound like the guy I was talking to, they probably sound like that. It's funny that I'm saying that because I'm one of them, but I hope I don't sound like this guy. He was telling me that school's not for him, and why would I work for someone else and work in a cubicle? Like, I don't like working in a cubicle, which I get, right? But he dropped out of school to do what? Like, what did you do instead? Like, what was your plan? Like, he worked at Wendy's. He did some construction jobs. Like, I asked him, like, what's the best job you ever had? He said it was a construction job. But not even that. Like, the worst part of it all was I was like, okay, when you dropped out, like, how did you pay off your student loans? He was telling me, like, yeah, like, I took care of it, right? And then the conversation came back around, and I was like, I'm really surprised you paid off the student loans. Like, a lot of people have a hard time with that. How did you do that? And he was like, yeah, I declared bankruptcy. I was like, whoa. I was like, wait, hold on. I didn't even know you could declare bankruptcy on a student loan. He was like, yeah, like if you prove that you literally have $0, they'll ask you to like pay off half of the loan, just half. But you have to pay off something. So, okay, that's crazy. Bankruptcy, okay, pay off half. I didn't even know that. The whole thing's like bizarre. And then I was like, well, how much was the student debt? He was like, 6K. I was like, oh, you declared bankruptcy on $6,000 of debt? That's insane. To me, that's crazy. But it's just like if you're trying to leave school and you don't have a plan, you end up working at Wendy's and construction jobs, man. Like, why would you do that? Why would you declare bankruptcy and work at Wendy's and a construction job? Like, where's the methodical moves? Like, what? Like, why would you do that to yourself, man? And then he eventually told me how his dad committed suicide recently, and I was like, oh my god. And it was one of those conversations, man. But yeah, like it rubs off like that. If you're hanging out with people that like think a certain way, you'll become it as well. But anyways, I'm not gonna get too deep into that. Another thing that happened today, one of my ex coworkers, he's like he almost died today. Like I saw him in the hospital, and he's going to like surgery, and like he might not even make it. And if he does make it, he might make it out without like a limb. Like he might lose his legs or just one leg. And like basically that guy, he was doing well. Like he actually has decent money. He's pretty young, and he's like, he's very solid for his age. Like he was doing very well. And then next thing you know, like he gets in a car accident and he's in the hospital and he might not make it, and he's in a situation where he has to pay all these medical bills that he cannot pay for. And he created like a GoFundMe, and it's kind of surprising how many people pay for that, but man, like he's in a situation where he cannot pay for it. And it's so insane to me that, guys, like if you have $50,000 saved up, like you should still panic. Honestly, you still should panic, because one health crisis, one lawsuit, one car accident, one emergency that happens in your life could wipe you out, man. Like at least 50K in the bank account, and then even then I wouldn't feel safe, because I'd look at 50K like, okay, for an emergency, and then you need, on top of that, you should have like some months saved up, right? And then once you have like that, like foundation, you could really go on the offense. That's the way I look at it. It's not to say like I'm gonna even follow that advice, to be honest. I just think that's the most logical way to look at it. Like for me, like the case I have going on, like the guy in the gym, like his dad passed away in a dramatic way. Like you'll need money, and this guy, like he's almost dead and he can't pay for his bills. Like he's gonna have to declare bankruptcy as well. A lot of people declare bankruptcy because of medical bills, man. And this goes back to what I was talking about yesterday about like the health crisis and health insurance problems. Like, you know what? But it's a problem. A problem is an opportunity. Like it's a the person who could find a solution and fix it could benefit off of it, right? Not in a bad way, but you could benefit off the back of it, you know? It just, yeah, it's not the greatest. I think that's the biggest thing that like bothers me. It's like, why is health insurance so expensive? Why does it have to be like 3, 4, 5, 600, maybe even $1,000 per person? And if you have a family of like 5 or 6, it's like $6,000 on insurance. Like that's insane. It's wild. And then even then, I don't know how that exactly works. Like you have to, depending on the plan, like you might have to take out like a deductible or whatever, depending on the situation. Like it's a lot of money, man, for no reason. Honestly, you're overpaying. You have to be overpaying. It doesn't make sense. But I'm just mentioning a bunch of. I'm just going through some thoughts I had today. But yeah.